What's up, y'all? This your girl, Chef Lil P. This is Ali Aqua Caught, episode 1. And we about to get into this video about the government trying to get us to eat crickets, y'all. They pushing crickets on the masses. So, let's get into it.
Political columnist for the Toronto Sun. You might have heard the rumor last year, that wild conspiracy theory that the government and the world elites backed by the World Economic Forum just wanted us to be eating bugs. There were cricket plants being put up all over the place to get us eating cricket protein, a nice, natural, healthy, economically and environmentally sustainable way to get protein into our diets. Well, we were assured that was all just a conspiracy theory. This is stuff dreamed up in the fever swamps of the far-right government. Well, how can they do that? And then along comes the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, who did great work at...
Look, I'm thinking, like, is there anybody in YouTube world, have any of y'all eaten a cricket before? I just want to know, because I want to know how it tastes. I mean, do it taste like chicken, fish, beef, pork? Because if it do, then, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can mess with it. But if it's just straight up nasty, it's a no-go for me. And I think it's a no-go for everybody else as well.
Looking at government documents, grants and contributions given out by the Trudeau government since 2018, and it amounts to $9.27 million handed out to companies whose main goal is to put cricket protein into your diet or your pet's diet.
Look at that. Look. The little spiky intent. Look, just imagine putting that in your mouth. This might be like Fear Factor. Yeah, it just remind me like some Fear Factor stuff. How you had to eat a whole bunch of crickets and you get some money for it, but this time it's like it's real. Like they really trying to get us to eat crickets. And there's no money involved. It's like, what we gonna do?
Doesn't really matter. They're just happy to make sure somebody's eating crickets. This is not what we were told was a conspiracy theory last year. It is, in fact, very real. There are companies in Montreal that have received the funds. There are companies in the Toronto area, in the eastern townships of Quebec, in Manitoba, in Calgary, but the biggest one of all is in London, Ontario, where Aspire Foods has been given $8.5 million for the construction of the world's largest cricket agricultural imprint. This is a massive project, and the government's own contribution agreement with Aspire says that it is for pet food, but also for human consumption. Here's what Aspire says on their website. Quote, research indicates that 1 in 5 Americans have tried crickets and more than half of adults can be persuaded to consume them in their diet, a trend that continues to increase as more consumers seek healthier and environmentally superior proteins.
1 in 5. Look, I gotta be honest. I think they lying. I don't see 1 in 5 people eating crickets. I mean, okay, maybe in the near future, but today, no, I don't see it. And then people can be easily persuaded. They have high hopes for people eating crickets. That's all I can say about that. And they trying to twist the statistics in a way where, oh, yeah, people is most likely going to buy into this. They're going to, start eating crickets.
I don't think I've ever eaten a cricket, Hopefully not. Maybe swallowed one as a kid while riding my bike at high speeds through fields. That would be about it. I hope not. Seems a little crunchy to me. It's not for my palate, and I'm a pretty adventurous eater. But if people want to eat it, that's fine. Go ahead, but don't tell me it's a conspiracy.
Okay, so that looked like some fried crickets, like some crickets that they put in some hot grease alive. Or these just look fake, like some toy crickets or whatever. But I bet those crickets they put those in that hot grease alive and let them die in such a horrible death. I'm looking at it because I'm trying to imagine like me eating that, and it's hard. It's hard. But this is what they're trying to push on us.
Conspiracy theory that the government is trying to push crickets as a human food. This is actually happening. There's a company out of Montreal called NAC. They already make cricket protein energy bars. I'm told by someone I know and trust that, hey, they're good. They're really tasty and they're filling. All right, have at it if you want it. As long as we all know, you can eat whatever you want. But don't tell me again that this isn't happening. But NAC also got a $48,000 contribution from the federal government to try and come up with new ways. Their agreement says this: the next project is the development of a range of products cooked with cricket powder, such as steaks, sausages, and falafels.
Oh man, so just imagine like eating steak, eating falafel, which I love, with cricket residue on it. And look, I already heard that they, put in insects, rats, you name it, already in our food. I don't know what companies are doing it, but that's what I remember hearing before, and I never paid no attention to it. But now, saying, watching this, it's like I won't be surprised if they just like sneak in some cricket residue in our food and make a big name, saying under the ingredients list, some big name that you wouldn't know how to pronounce and wouldn't even care to look up, and it's really just cricket residue. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy.
Steak cricket. Can't you just taste it? I can't. I definitely won't be trying that. Look, again, if you want to eat crickets, have at it. But this is not for me. And it is something that, by the way, the World Economic Forum has been pushing for years. They pushed the idea that this is one way to deal with feeding a growing population around the world. They've put this up as an idea of how to fight climate change. This is exactly what people said last year when we were assured it's not true. It's a conspiracy theory.
Look, us eating crickets, I don't think that's going to do anything. You know what I mean? Is to me, is if we want to sit here and really make a change in the world, a positive change in the world, I mean, we have to change our whole mindset. It's not going to take us just eating crickets. And I don't think they know that, or if they do, they just, it's like, well, we got to do something. But I don't think they're really trying to do anything at all. I think this is some type of sneaky, agenda, behind all this, and we won't know it until, all of us got the chip in our hand. And we're like the girl sitting at the store, wringing her hand, at the cashier, and being like, "Oh shit, it works," It's crazy, bruh.
What's funny is one of the biggest voices to claim this was a conspiracy theory last year was CBC. When I looked up their stories on it, I also came across stories by CBC pointing out that London, Ontario was getting the world's largest cricket factory and that the federal government was putting money into it. The reporter doing the follow-up story to denounce a far-right conspiracy theory obviously didn't do their homework and check on that. It's easier for the media just to denounce things they don't like hearing as conspiracy theories of being on the far right. It's time for people to wake up. It's time for the media to do their job and not the job of those who want us indoctrinated with whatever they're pushing on any given day. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share the...
I think this is some bull mess. I'm sorry to say, but I'm like, we don't need crickets right now. We don't need to eat crickets right now. Just, stop putting all this weird chemicals in our food. Just start off doing that. Then maybe down the line we eat some crickets. Psych. This is not needed. But anyway, leave a comment below. Let's have a conversation, about this. What you think? This your girl, Chef Lil P. This is Allie Aquacart. I'm out. Have a good night.